A Letter to God by G.L. Fuentes. Hello, my lovely students. Now, today we are going to talk about the part 2, the second half of the chapter, A Letter to God. Before that, let us have a quick recap. Lencho, a farmer, stayed with his family and he was eagerly waiting for rain. Rain came, but along with rain, what came? Hailstones. Hailstorm came, and his all crops got damaged. He was completely hopeless and he had no idea what to do. So now let us begin with the part 2. I hope part 5 is clear, so let us proceed to part 6. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope: help from God. Don't be so upset. Even though this seems like a total loss, remember, no one dies of hunger. That's what they say. No one dies of hunger. Now, why this word solitary has been mentioned? The word solitary means alone, single. Generally, when we are in problem, any economic crisis is there or any other sort of problem is there, the first person that we can reach to is our neighbor. But they did not have any neighbor. That's why this word has been mentioned, solitary. And they had just one hope now. And what was the hope? God. Only God could help them. And he said, don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. That's what they say. No one dies of hunger. And now they're going to approach God. Because God says that no one dies of hunger. Explanation Part 7. All through the night, Lencho only offers one hope: the help of God, whose eyes has he had been instructed see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. Lencho was an ox of a man, working like an animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. The following Sunday, at daybreak, he began to write a letter, which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. Now, throughout the night, Lencho thought of the only hope, that was God. And he had extreme faith in God. He had deep faith in God. Lencho was an ox of a man. Now, what do you mean an ox of a man? An ox of a man is an adjective used for a person who's very hardworking. So he was a very hardworking man, and he was working like an animal in the fields. But although he had spent his entire life in the field, he still knew how to write. And he wrote a letter to God. And he carried that letter himself and dropped it in the mail. I hope part 7 is clear. And this is that letter which made the entire story. Let us proceed to part 8. God, he wrote, if you won't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes, because the hailstorm dot dot dot. He wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and still troubled, went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. Now he wrote a letter and he explained his entire problem, that I had sown crops in my field, but because of hailstorm, my all crops are damaged, and this year I don't have money to feed food to my family. So I'm asking you for 100 pesos. I'm not asking you for much. I'm just asking you for 100 pesos so that I can sow my crops again. He could have asked for more than that. If he's asking for money, he could have asked that, I had done a lot of hard work this year, but because you control the nature and because of you it happened, so I want compensation. He could have asked, but no, he was a very hardworking man. He said, give me 100 pesos. I want to sow my crops again. And he, on the envelope, he wrote to God and he put the letter inside and went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and he dropped it into the mailbox. Explanation Part 9. One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss laughing heartily and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow, also broke out laughing. But almost immediately he turned serious and tapping the letter on his desk, commented, "What faith! I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter." Starting up a correspondence with God. Now, one of the employees saw that letter and there was some peculiar address written over it, and he couldn't resist himself. He started laughing. He went to his boss and showed him the letter written to God. Never in his career he had seen someone writing a letter to God with that address. In fact, he had never seen someone writing a letter to God. We know God is there, God is everywhere, but there is no need to write a letter to God. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow. Now we know what is fat. Amiable means friendly. Fellow means person. So the postmaster was a fat and a very friendly person. He also broke out laughing. He couldn't resist himself from laughing. But immediately he got serious and he said, I wish I had faith. I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter. I wish even I had so much of faith like this man has. Like he has so much of faith that he is having a conversation with God. He has literally written something to God, as if God is going to open that letter and read it. Explanation Part 10. So, in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea. Answer the letter. But when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it, he needed something more than goodwill, ink and paper. But he stuck to his resolution. He asked for money from his employees. He himself gave part of his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an act of charity. Now, he thought, okay, this man has a lot of faith in God. Let's not break his trust. We're going to answer his letter. So when he opened the letter and when he read it, he saw that he cannot just reply to that letter just like that. He needed to have money because the person who has written letter to God, he is asking for money. So now he is not only in need of goodwill, ink and paper, but he also needs money. But he was just a postmaster. He was not a business tycoon or a very rich person. He was a postmaster. So he could not afford 100 pesos himself. So what did he do? He collected money from his friends, from the other employees, just for an act of charity. Explanation part 11. It was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos, so he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. So it was not 50 pesos, but a little more, maybe 60 or 70. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lencho and with it a letter containing only a single word as a signature, God. He did not reply to that letter properly. What did he do? He put the money in the envelope and he put a signature, God, as if God himself has written the letter. Explanation part 12. The following Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him, while the postmaster, experiencing the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from his office. Lencho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. Such was his confidence. But he became angry when he counted the money. God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. Now, the next Sunday, the following Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier because he was eager and he was also in need. So he came to post office to ask if there is some letter. And the postman who had brought the letter to the postmaster, he himself gave the letter to Lencho, which was written by the postmaster. And the postmaster himself was sitting in his office and was just looking outside. He was looking from his office so that he can see Lencho's expression. And obviously, Lencho would be happy to receive money. But Lencho was not at all surprised. It was something very normal for him. He asked for money and God gave money. In fact, he was not happy. He was angry. Because when he counted the money, it was not the exact amount for which he asked. He had asked for 100 pesos, but they were not 100 pesos. So he got very angry. God could not have made a mistake, and he said it is impossible for God to make a mistake. No, God cannot do that. And he cannot even deny Lencho that, oh, Lencho, you had asked for 100 pesos, but I'm going to give you a little less amount. No, this is not possible. So immediately Lencho went up to the window to ask for paper and ink. On the public writing table, he started to write with much wrinkling of his brow, caused by the effort he had to make to express his ideas. When he finished, he went to the window to buy a stamp, which he licked and then affixed to the envelope with a blow of his fist. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it. It said, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest since I need it very much. But don't send it to me through the mail because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Lencho. So now he was very angry and now he wrote another letter to God. And when he was writing the letter, while he was writing the letter, his eyebrows were wrinkling. He was making sudden frown actions. He was as if it seemed like he's very angry. And he wrote, and then when he finished the letter, he bought a stamp, he affixed it, and then he posted it. Now, out of curiosity, postmaster went to the mailbox, opened the letter, and when he read that letter, the letter said, God, I had asked for 100 pesos, but only 70 pesos reached me. Please send me the rest of the money. And I need it very much. And yes, do not send me through the mail because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Now this is such an ironical thing. This person, this farmer, had faith in God but he did not have faith in other human beings. Also, there is another irony. The people who held him were accused as bunch of crooks. This is something very bad, very shameful. Now, what do you think the postmaster's reaction would be? And what would you have done if you were the postmaster? This is your task, and we'll discuss upon this very soon when we'll meet. That's all for today. Now, what is the message of the story? The message of the story is that faith can do wonders. Faith can actually make the impossible things possible. Faith can move mountains. This man Lencho had faith in God, and his only hope was God. Although God cannot give him money, but indirectly God helped him. Another message in the story is that humanity still exists. Initially they were mocking him, they were laughing upon him, but eventually the postmaster and the employee, they decided to help him. So humanity still exists. It is immaterial, it is not important. There are certain people who do charity not for being acknowledged. No, their motive is to help other people. So I hope this chapter is clear. In case of any doubt, please feel free to approach me. That's all for today. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.